Call all hands. Beat to quarters. Run out the guns. Stand by the starboard battery.
One broadside into it, if you please, Captain Bush.
Pointers on target. Flintstocks ready.
Aye, aye, sir. Ready.
Fire!
Presenting Michael Redgrave as C.S. Forrester's indomitable man of the sea, Horatio Hornblower.
I sit at my ease now and look back down the years and smile at the foolish hopes and fears of the man that I was. But my fears were well enough founded then. The Navy and the public were hard masters. And there was no gainsaying the fact that I had surrendered and lost my ship, the Sutherland, at Rosas. The odds had been overwhelming. I had fought to the last, and I was acting under the orders of Admiral Leighton, but I had struck my colors. And that was an act which my lords of the Admiralty at Whitehall would find it hard to forgive. I sat solitary in my small cabin on the Victory and listened grimly to the sounds as the captains and admirals who were to try me assembled. And still they come. Does it need the whole British Navy to try one captain? Like vultures flocking to a feast.
Captain Callender?
My lord.
Is the court ready?
Aye, my lord. There is only Captain Hornblower's sword to place on the table. There. Here it comes now. Thank you.
A fine sword, Captain Callender.
Yes, my lord. It's the sword of 100 guineas value. It was presented to Captain Hornblower by the Patriotic Fund for his victory over the Spanish ship Natividad. A wonderful achievement, that, my lord.
Yes. Pity it should come to this. I always regarded Hornblower as a very fine officer.
Yes, my lord. I still do.
That is a very improper remark to make to the president of the court, Captain Callender. I have no feelings about Captain Hornblower. It is my duty to pronounce judgment according to the evidence.
Of course, my lord. Shall I place the sword here?
Yes, on that table. The hilt towards me, the point towards where Hornblower will stand. Thank you. Let the court assemble and the gun be fired.
Aye, my lord.
And, Callender, as we are alone, I am going to make an improper remark.
Indeed, my lord.
Yes, if the evidence today is such that I am able to instruct you to turn that sword with the hilt facing Hornblower, I shall be the happiest man in the Navy.
Thank you, my lord. With due respect, my lord, I venture to disagree. Next to Hornblower, I shall be the happiest.
It's curious that despite the fact that the next hour or two were among the most important of my life, I can recall very little detail. A few impressions remain vivid. The glitter of gold lace on the coats of the semicircle of officers in the great cabin of the Victory, the endless formalities of the preliminaries, the face of the Admiralty officer who had been sent to conduct my defense, my sword lying forlornly on the table with its point winking at me with a cold glint. As witness followed witness, I found myself wishing that I'd suffered death in the battle rather than face this weary sifting of pointless information.
One moment, please, Captain Bush. Now, on this matter of judgment, where was your place during the battle?
On the quarterdeck, beside the captain, sir, to receive his orders.
So that everything that was visible to him was apparent to you also?
Yes, sir.
I see. Now, you have told us in your evidence that you were wounded, and that despite your desire to remain on deck, the captain had you carried below for your own safety.
That's right, sir. He only thinks of others, sir.
Quite. Now, will you describe to us briefly the general position at the time you were taken below?
Well, sir, we'd already crippled 2 French ships, and we were then engaging the other 2, and giving them hell, too.
Had you suffered much damage and casualties?
We were a wreck, sir. Mizzen topmast shot away, fore and mainmast down about our ears. The French 3-decker was right alongside and pumping broadsides into us. We had so many wounded below that it sounded like bedlam. Half our gun crews were dead at their guns, and the deck was too slippery with blood to walk on, sir. I found out afterwards that we had 117 killed and 145 wounded.
Silence, please. Now, Captain Bush, I want you to think carefully before answering this question. Remember, it is possible that this very day you might be called upon in your capacity as a British naval captain to fight just such another battle in command. If you were called upon to fight such a battle, and if you found your ship and crew in the condition you have described, would you surrender to the enemy?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that you would be called upon to answer for your action?
I'd still do it, sir.
Would you consider that while your ship was yet afloat, it might still be recaptured and made serviceable to its country?
Yes, sir.
If you had no crews to fire the guns and few to repel boarders, would you think it reprehensible to throw away the lives of the remainder when no victory could come of the gesture?
I'd call it criminal,
And
sir.
one more question, Captain. If you had disabled 4 enemy ships and inflicted upon them dreadful casualties, would you consider that proof of your skill and determination?
I think it might point that way, sir.
Thank you, Captain Bush. However faulty your judgment may be, I venture to suggest that it is a judgment with which most practical sailors would concur.
Bush sat down, beaming like a hurricane lamp. The prosecuting and defending officers grinned at each other across the court, and the next witness was called. I was weary of the whole thing, and was heartily relieved when the last witness had been heard, the last speeches made, and the court was adjourned. Back in my cabin, I found an elegant civilian dressed in buff and blue with a neat silk cravat. His face seemed vaguely familiar. Calendar introduced him.
I'll come for you again when the court's reached its decision. In the meantime, may I present Mr. Hookham Fear of His Majesty's government?
When I heard his name, I remembered why his face seemed familiar. I'd seen it caricatured many times. He was the famous wit who wrote in the Anti-Gallican and was deep in the secrets of the cabinet. He bowed elegantly, almost effeminately, and begged leave to ask me some questions. But, truth to tell, I hardly paid any attention to him now that I was out of the court. I burned to be back there, to get it over and to hear the worst. It seemed an age before Calendar returned.
What were your impressions of conditions in France, sir?
Oh, that's a long story, sir. In the first place,
Will you excuse me, Mr. Fear?
Most certainly, sir.
The court is assembled, Captain Hornblower.
Thank you. I'll come immediately. Is the executioner present, or do they have to send to London for him?
Oh, that's not fair, Hornblower. You know I'm not permitted to discuss this case with you.
No, I'm sorry. It was unforgivable of me. I'm a little, well, not quite myself.
Well, here we are. You won't have to wait much longer.
My heart was beating hard as I went in, and I knew that I was pale. I jerked my head erect to meet the eyes of the judges in their blue and gold. But somehow all seemed lost in a vague mist. Only one thing was plain. A table and a small cleared space before the president, where my sword lay. I saw nothing of the cabin, nothing of the judges. My eyes sought only my sword and the message it would give me. The hilt was towards me. The hilt. I was not guilty.
Silence, please.
Captain Hornblower, my lord. This court is of the unanimous opinion that your gallant and unprecedented defense of His Majesty's ship Sutherland against a force so superior is deserving of every praise the country and this court can give. Your conduct, together with that of the officers and men under your command, reflects not only the highest honor on you, but on the country at large. You are therefore most honorably acquitted.
Look at them, Hornblower. Every ship in the fleet is at yards manned with cheering men. You're famous.
Congratulations, Captain Hornblower. Congratulations on behalf of His Majesty's government. Not that there was any doubt about it, of course.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Fair. I should have been happy to have been able to share your confidence.
And now, sir, if you're ready, I've had a post-chaise horsed and waiting this last 6 hours. My orders are to convey you immediately to London.
To London? But
Will you be good enough to step into the barge? Thank you, sir. I suggest, sir, that you take off your hat to show the fleet how much you appreciate their good wishes.
Hat on your arm, please. This way.
Captain Horatio Hornblower, Mr. Hookham Freer.
Hornblower, welcome home. Come and be presented. Your Royal Highness, this is Captain Hornblower.
Evening, Captain. Everyone's been talking about you, Captain. Yes, and so they ought to, damn it, Captain. So they ought to. Damn smart bit of work. Good as I could have done myself. Here, Cunningham, make the presentation.
it was all a dream, surely. I felt the accolade and heard the formal words which dubbed me knight.
Rise, Sir Horatio Hornblower.
There was a ribbon to be hung over my shoulder, a star to be pinned on my breast, a red cloak to be draped about me, a vow to be repeated, signatures to be written. I was a knight of the most honorable order of the Bath, as somebody loudly proclaimed, with a ribbon and a star to wear for the rest of my life. The congratulations flowed about me like a sea.
My best wishes to you, Colonel.
Colonel, sir,
His Royal Highness has been pleased to appoint you one of his colonels of Marines.
I was still dazed. A colonel of Marines received pay to the amount of £1,200 a year and did no duty for it. It was an appointment given to successful captains to be held until they reached flag rank. I remembered that my prize money already amounted to £6,000. I'd attained financial security at last, for the first time in my life. I had a title, a ribbon, and a star. Everything I'd ever dreamed of having, in fact. But what I wanted most was to go to Barbara and my son.
The poor man's dazed.
Yes, sir. I am overwhelmed, sir. I hardly know how to thank your Royal Highness.
Well, thank me by joining us at hazard. Your arrival interrupted a damned interesting game. Bring that bell, Sir John. Let's have some wine. Now, sit here beside Lady Jane, Captain.
Well, sir, it's very...
Doesn't the captain want to play? Oh, yes, I know all about you, Wookham. You want to slip away to John Walter. Well, tell him to write one of his damn leaders and get my civil list raised. I work hard enough for it, God knows. Well, I don't see why you want to take the captain away. Oh, very well then, damn you, go if you want to.
I didn't imagine you cared to play hazard. I know I wouldn't. Not if the prince were using his own dice.
Well, thanks for getting me out of it. Who is John Walter that His Royal Highness referred to?
He's the editor of the Times.
Huh?
There'll have to be a big story about you and your knighthood. The public's got to realize that the government's naval officers are achieving great things.
Oh, so my knighthood is a political move, too. And all the other honors?
Everything's political, my dear fellow.
Huh.
But you wouldn't have got it if you hadn't earned it. And now, I took the liberty of engaging a room for you at the Golden Cross. I had your baggage sent round, and they're expecting you.
They were. Host and chambermaid and boots all fluttered and bowed and almost prostrated themselves. It was yes, Sir Horatio, and no, Sir Horatio, until I could have knocked their heads off. They made a procession of lighting me up to bed and then fussed round me interminably when all I wanted was a little peace. But I was left alone at last, to plunge into bed and spend a sleepless night going over again all the details of that amazing day and wondering what the morrow held in store.
Sir Horatio Hornblower.
Horatio, welcome home.
Barbara was in black. Of course, Leighton had been dead for less than a year still. But black suited her. Her skin was creamy white against it. It was with a pang that I remembered the golden tan of her cheeks in the old days on the Lydia.
The nurse is bringing Richard. Meanwhile, heartiest congratulations on your success.
Thank you. Thank you. I was extremely lucky, really.
Oh, the lucky man is usually the man who knows how much to leave to chance. Thank you, nurse. You may leave little Richard with us.
And this was my son. This little bundle with the brown eyes looking up at me. This tiny, light thing that I held in my arms. I was no sentimentalist, yet there was something in my eyes that made it difficult for me to see clearly. I felt a warm rush of affection for the poor, helpless baby that I held. I looked up at Barbara, and it seemed to me that her eyes, too, were not quite dry, but she was smiling.
You have so much now, Horatio. Wealth, position, a future, and a son.
It's only the latter that I really prize, Barbara. Yet, it is the wealth and the position that I would like to share.
Oh, and not your son?
Oh, you have almost made him yours. All I want in the world is in this room at this moment.
All that I want, too, Horatio.
Come to me, Barbara. My son shall not come between us. He shall be our son.
Oh, Horatio.
Horatio Hornblower, starring Michael Redgrave, is based on the novels by C.S. Forrester. Music composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Produced by Harry Allen Towers.
Beat to quarters. Run out the guns. Stand by the starboard battery.
One broadside into it, if you please, Captain Bush.
Pointers on target. Flintstocks ready. Aye, sir. Ready. Fire!
Presenting Michael Redgrave as C.S. Forrester's indomitable man of the sea, Horatio Hornblower.
have been many years at sea, it sometimes seems a little difficult, I might even say arduous, to live ashore. Especially when your lovely wife, your adored recent bride, rather expects you to become a country gentleman. Well, life is made up of change, they say, but for an old sea dog, new tricks come harder than for other breeds, I think. Well, there I was, not long returned from confinement in France as the unwelcome guest of Bonaparte, granted a knighthood, happily married to my enchanting Lady Barbara, free of all financial cares at last, and yet, oh, yes, I knew it for my fault, but somehow, there in the quiet English countryside, I hadn't quite come home as yet.
More bath water, sir?
Oh, heaven forbid. It's mostly on the deck, the floor already, isn't it? Tin tub the size of a teapot. A fine way for a grown man to bathe himself. Yeah, all right, I've had enough. Give me that towel, Brown.
Sir?
What a ridiculous contrivances. Give me a wash deck pump and gallons of cold seawater. Remember, Brown?
Oh, I remember, Sir Horatio.
Belay that, Sir Horatio. Old terms are good enough, aren't they, you idiot?
Yes, sir. It's a lovely morning, sir.
Is it? Oh, yes, I suppose so. Still and quiet. Yes, very quiet. It's queer. When I wake here, I still keep listening to the sounds, rattle of blocks, the cordage wheezing, and... Oh, well, never mind.
I've laid out your new suit, sir.
Oh, well, let's get it on. Mustn't keep Lady Barbara waiting downstairs for her breakfast.
Welcome to the new Squire of Smallbridge.
Now, you're laughing at me. You know perfectly well, Barbara, how I felt about that insufferable ceremony yesterday. So, squire, indeed.
Oh, I do know, my dear, and you were sweet. Suffering it all without complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Only the faintest glare of defiance now and then during the speech-making. Coffee, dear?
Thank you. Well, what do we have planned today?
I thought that you and I might drive across the downs this morning.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you said you had a lot of reading you'd been putting off. Gibbon, was it?
Well, yes. Yes, I do want to get to that. It's, yes, quite soon, in fact.
A letter for you, Horatio.
Oh, thank you, Wiggins.
The messenger is waiting, my lord. He is from the Admiralty in London.
The Admiralty?
The Admiralty, eh?
Darling, it couldn't be...
Here, listen to this. The Lords Commissioners request that I present myself at once. A matter of extreme importance which cannot even be discussed except in... Hey, Wiggins, where's Brown? Tell him to get out my best uniform and sword. Tell him to pack my things for the night. And look, tell him that...
You're going to London right away?
Well, my love, the letter says at once. Remember, we're still at war with Bonaparte. Now, off with you, Wiggins. Tell Brown I'll be upstairs immediately. I want him to drive me. We'll take the chariot. I wished I didn't need to look at her just then. After the first surprise, she would try so hard to appear calm and pleased that I was pleased. I hadn't been quite frank with her, perhaps. To be exact, the letter asked whether or not I would accept a new appointment. I didn't know what to say to Barbara, but... Oh, my dear, it's merely for the night. I'll be back in the morning, whatever this amounts to.
Yes, for a day or so, perhaps. Oh, just look at you, brazen child. Excited as a midshipman. It's breaking over you in waves. Do you suppose I don't see it?
Oh, my dear, when the Admiralty itself, I must at least find out.
I know what you'll find out. Wild horses couldn't hold you now, of course. Do you know how long we've lived here at Smallbridge?
Why,
2 months. 2 months tomorrow, Oh, dearest, I've always known. Retirement simply isn't in your line. It's a great honor to be recalled so soon. You must be pleased. And I am, too.
If they appointed me a commodore, well, they might, you know. Well, if they did, I might have to go back to sea again.
Darling, we've been married 6 whole months. A wonderful half year. I've had that much of happiness with you. And whatever happens, you'll come back to me. I know you will.
Of course I will. Oh, Barbara, I swear you're a woman in 10,000. She know. In all my life, I'd said no truer word than that, I told myself as we drove up to London. Well, we made excellent time. Brown knew his business with horses. I never understood the peculiar beast. Brown was good at everything. Best captain's coxswain in the Navy, and now the perfect manservant. Still, I rather thought he mightn't mind going back to sea again. There was a queer look in his eye, especially when we drew up before the Admiralty in Whitehall, and I was ushered in to the First Lord.
Sit down, Captain Horatio. Well. Left your newfound domestic bliss behind, eh, when you received our letter?
Well, may I ask what it is you have in mind for me, sir?
Of course you may. The Baltic, Horatio.
The Baltic? Is Russia coming into the war, then?
Who knows? I wish I did. That very question's at the heart of this whole project. Our letter did say, didn't it, that you take rank as Commodore, with a captain under you. You have 6 ships. The Nonsuch, 74, a ship of 4.
The Nonsuch? I know her well, sir.
Both the Russian Tsar and Prince Bernadotte of Sweden have teetered back and forth for months, you know.
Oh, from all I've heard, Boney's making tempting offers to them both. And Bernadotte's a Frenchman, after all. Is there really any chance that they might join us, sir?
They might, if we handle them sensibly. They have as much fear as we, now Boney's gobbled up most of the continent. The die will be cast any day, we think. If we can show those Baltic powers some British naval strength to count on.
I understand, sir.
At any rate, we've got to keep the Baltic open for supplies. So much that we need here comes by those sea lanes. Well, are you ready? Is it settled?
Yes, it's settled.
Good. Now tell me, who would you like for captain of the Nonsuch? John, you?
I'd like to have Bush, sir, if he's available. I'd hate to go to sea without old Bush.
I rather thought you'd ask for him. That wooden leg of his won't be a handicap to think.
No, I think not, sir.
You two have seen some things together, haven't you? First met as young lieutenants on the old Renown.
That's right, sir.
Well, then, Bush it shall be. Now, then, let's walk across and see the Foreign Secretary. He's sure to have some secret orders for you.
Time had come to say goodbye to Barbara. She drove with me from the small bridge to Deal Jetty. The Nonsuch and the 5 others of my pretty new squadron lay far offshore, half lost in morning mist. Brown was looking much too pleased. I had to take him down a little. Now, stop mooning at those mastheads, Brown. Go hire a luggerman to take us out. Step lively now.
Yes, Captain. Commodore, that is. Aye, sir.
Wind's veering nor'ard a little. West by north now, I think.
Yes, dear. So you remarked as we were driving.
I beg your pardon, dear. You were telling me about my shirts. I interrupted you.
No, I'd finished with the shirts. What I was saying was that all your cold weather things are in the flat sea chest.
Mm-hmm.
The sheepskin coat and heavy socks and mittens and... Oh, well, Brown understands. He also has in his care a certain little package. A surprise.
Surprise, my dear?
No, after all, I wouldn't try to surprise you. It's just a woolen neck scarf I'd been knitting for you. It's likely to be cold up in the Baltic, even now.
Yes. I don't like cold. You're very thoughtful.
No, I do hope so much that you'll be back before the winter.
So do I. I'll think of me, Barbara.
Need you ask that? You'll write me everything? Everything, won't you?
Yes.
The bad things, too.
Of course. Well, goodbye, Barbara. Goodbye.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Touched me that she should say that. Come back to me. Like any witless wife of any common seaman. As if by some power of my own I could control French cannon shot. But it made me love her all the more. It made my heart ache, too, that she should say such foolish things for all her pride and elegance. The little lugger pitched and rolled, a long trip all alone out to my ship. Oh, I could have let her come along. It would have done no harm. They'd seen me from the Nonsuch as we came tossing up the wind and laid into the big 2-decker's lee. My old friend Bush, as captain, had turned the whole crew out full dress, and I was piped aboard with all the honors of a commodore. Ship with every man aboard. was in a state of polish. Bright brass work, 6 side boys in white gloves, the whole Marine Guard and their band, a double lane of bosun's mates with pipes. A childish display, perhaps some say it is, but, well, it has its, exhilaration somehow. There was old Bush on the quarterdeck, surrounded by his officers, and all saluting stiffly. I had to check myself, or I might actually have been. That would have been ruinous to discipline, so naturally I just stalked up the line and a salute. Morning, Captain Bush.
Good morning, sir. Welcome aboard.
Sometime since we've met, Captain Bush.
You'll note that your pennant's going up. Commodore's flag to designate your ship in the flotilla.
Oh, indeed. Well, Captain Bush, we shall get underway at once, if you don't mind. No time to lose. Be good enough to signal the others of the squadron.
Aye, sir. Very good.
We sail on secret orders. I'll apprise you of their nature, Captain Bush, if you'll kindly dine with me this afternoon. You old sea urchin.
I shall be there, sir. Thank you. Mr. Adams, pass the word to our 5 other ships. Underway at once and keep formation. Aye, sir. Underway. Anything wrong, sir?
Not Bush.
I see you scouring off to starboard, sir. May I find your glass?
No.
Is it the sloop?
No. It's nothing, Bush. No, I was just trying to make out the jetty. My wife's there. Mist hasn't quite cleared yet, has it? Captain Bush will be dining with me here. Be sure the things come up hot from the galley, will you?
Of course, sir. I've finished your unpacking. I trust it's satisfactory, sir. I placed the gift from Lady Barbara there on the bulkhead shelf.
Yes, I saw it, Brown.
Oh, it's a beautiful neck scarf, sir. Such fine, soft wool.
Yes.
I was to remind you to wear it. It's a cold morning.
Yes. All right. I'll consider it. Come in. Captain Bush.
I'll go and bring you dinner, sir.
Well, alone at last. Look, you know you had me grinning like some absurd schoolboy up there this morning.
I was so proud, so flattered that you'd ask for me, Horatio. I scarcely...
Come on, sit down. Our dinner will be coming any minute. I'm glad to see you, my old friend. Oh, well, let's get down to things of more importance. Look, I've been studying my so-called secret orders and these charts. We're headed for the Skagerrak, my friend.
I was inclined to think so, sir.
Then through the Kattegat and up the Narrows. The Danes will resist, I suppose. Can't help themselves. Napoleon's on their backs.
And what about the Swedes?
That's just what no one seems to know. It's touch and go, apparently, with both the Swedes and Russians. We have to be prepared for anything.
Kattegat Sound is only 3 miles wide part of the way. Mm-hmm. Sweden to port, Denmark to starboard.
Yes, real Skillet and Charybdis, huh? Well, Bush, the powers that be have left decisions up to us, and we are going to have to improvise. Now, once we're off Göteborg, I'm going to try and pick up some fresh news on Swedish doings.
Well, let's hope that Bernadotte is leaning our way by then, sir.
Yes, Bush. If not, we'll simply have to blast our way in somehow. Up through the North Sea, into the Skagerrak. Scarcely a sail sighted off our bows the whole first week. Deserted waters, even in the Skagerrak off Denmark. Now and then we'd see a tiny fishing boat far off, none within hail. We had no news. We strained our eyes for some revealing sign. Had Bernadotte made up his mind by now? Were he and Russia enemies, neutrals, or even friends, if handled sensibly? Before sunrise, I found Bush on the quarterdeck.
Well, still no news. Are we to run the gauntlet, then? We're nearing the Helsingborg Narrows.
I wonder, Bush, how many guns are on that Swedish shore.
Multitude, sir, you may be sure. The charts show a good dozen forts. Shouldn't we send the boat in, sir? Find out how Sweden stands?
Well, last night I thought so, Bush. It has its logic, I admit.
On the other hand, a boat would surely advertise our presence.
But, sir, if both sides of the Cattegat are hostile...
We could dash in the moment there is light enough to see the channel, surprise them, and perhaps get through, even if Sweden does resist.
Yes, sir, but then if Sweden has joined Bonaparte, won't we be bottled up inside the Baltic?
Well, the Baltic is a sizable sea, Bush. I suspect we could maintain ourselves a while. Yes. Still almost an hour till dawn. That gives us time to clear our decks. Yes. I think we'll go in, Bush, this morning. An hour had passed. We came into the narrow channel just as the dawn broke in a dour gray mist. To starboard, hostile Denmark. To port, the Riddle, Sweden. Was she our enemy? Well, we'd soon know, at all events. Are the guns run out, Captain Bush?
Aye, sir. And the fire pumps manned on every ship.
Here's for it, then.
What signal for hoisting to our other ships, sir?
The signal is proceed to leeward in battle order. Lotus shall lead.
Lotus shall lead, sir, did you say?
I did. We'll bring up the rear, Bush, naturally. Your face. I know. It's disappointing not to lead, but we're the shepherd of this little flock. We're the best built. The lead ships might get through before those shore gunners wake up. They're awake already, Which shore fired that?
The Danes. They've seen us, sir. Yes, there's a drift of smoke to starboard, see?
He's firing to starboard, Captain Bush.
Yes, Mr. Adams, so I gather. By the way, did you know that those low cliffs are Elsinore, where Hamlet walked?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Yeah, never mind. We've no time now for literary small talk, have we? Signal to Lotus, Mr. Bush. Return the fire to starboard. We'll keep exact station astern of the Harvey, if you please. I say, Lotus and Clam are giving back as good as they're getting,
They are.
Bush, this channel's full of shoals. I remember that from years ago.
I remember, too, sir. I put leadsmen in the chains. They'll sing out when we're reaching shallow water.
Good. The sloops and the three others don't draw as much as we do. Let me compliment you, Bush. You've thought of everything. Well, Brown?
You're next, sir.
Oh, nonsense. In the midst of an action. How dare you come up here?
It's very cold this early in the morning. Begging your pardon, sir. I had my orders, you'll recall.
Get below, Brown. All right. Give me the scarf. Yes, the air is a bit chilly. With Elsinore abaft, the channel widened, and we were out of range from shore. There'd be about an hour, I reckon, before we reached the further narrows, a longer gauntlet to be run. And at its end, 2 Danish islands, Saltholm and Amager. We had to pass between these, close to both. Full daylight now. They'd see us coming. We could no longer profit by surprise. But anyhow, all hands at breakfast and relaxed and waited, as I knew, for the real test. An infernal din of guns broke out as we approached the channel. Well, our starboard guns can speak together after all. Well done. I wasn't too sure about that at Elsinore. A little ragged. So far, the Swedish guns had all stayed silent. And as if to make up for that, though, the Danes were throwing in everything they had at us. Saltholm and wider waters seemed a very long way off. I found myself walking up and down. No, that wouldn't do. Indifference is Commodore. So I stood still and looked about me casually.
Boys a deep 6.5 6.
6 fathoms are quite ample, aren't they, Bush, with the tide making?
I think so, sir. I wouldn't care to risk less than 5, though, just now. By the mark, 6! Put another leadsman on the port chains quickly, Admiral.
Look, Bush. Saltholm and Amager at last. See them rearing up ahead there? Both bristling, I'll be bound. Yes? Smoke bursting from Amager already.
This tells the story, doesn't it? Saltholm is where they keep their powder stored. And the hard five, sir. Saving a soul, that's certain. I hope. Bush, how is it? And the oak is it. Our mainmast storm. How's the trailing? Quarterless boy! They're nearing those shoals, too. Harvey's quite helpless, eh?
Yes, I see.
Damnable luck, Bush. We'll be alongside her in a moment. Back the main tops!
Stand by with the heaving lines, sir!
Help me!
That's speaking, Trumpet.
Aboard the Harvey there! Can you hear me?
Aye, sir. I'm Lieutenant Smith, sir.
Anyone enjoy Mr. Smith?
Lieutenant Mound, sir, knocked unconscious. The 2 men killed when the shell struck.
We'll bring Mr. Mound aboard here, then.
Send men down for him, Captain Bush.
Put that ready to a smartly and stand by to receive our line.
What's that? Are we hit, too?
Our mizzen topmast's gone.
Play the mark! Play! Play the mark! Play!
That's better. We must be bearing off the shoal.
Yeah, here's that one. The reaching is much too easy. It's salt foam. I don't like it.
Yes, sir. Short range. And now that we're delayed...
Now, look here. Those powder stores of theirs. Let's make a try for those. They might lie just beyond the highest fort. It seems fairly logical. Why not?
But, sir, how do we know where to... Aye, sir. Certainly. Mr. Adams, have starboard batteries raised tight. Try for a hit beyond that big red fort. Say by
15 yards.
By 15 yards. Pass the word, Adams, instantly.
Albert, by the next fire! I'll get it 15 yards past the right fort. 15 yards past the right fort!
Wild idea, I suppose, Bush, but we simply can't sit here till the Harvey is in tow. It's too much like duck hunting with the Nonsuch as the duck.
And fire!
It's no good, sir. And the Harvey's got us trapped under those guns. They'll sink her any minute, and us with her.
Let's try another salvo, Bush. 20 yards beyond the fort this time.
Pass the word, Adams. 20 yards.
Harder than 20 yards past the red fort. Ready? Fire!
It's awesome, sir. At last. I think, why, yes, it's even taken the fort with it. That fort and all its guns.
At least they're singularly silent.
I still don't quite believe my eyes.
A lucky guess in place of sound ballistics, eh? That makes no sense. Well, yes, to business now. Where's my trumpet?
Mr. Sir, have you our lines? Are they secure? Ready to get out of here?
All right, sir. One more moment, sir.
Well, the cable's coming over now. We'll take you out down first. Understand?
Stand by for the cable, then. Down first it is.
Well, sir, not a bad afternoon. Harvey's in tow. Lotus took one poor hit. We have a Horatio in our own shrouds, but no ship's lost. I shan't forget what we did to those powder stores on Salt Home.
Yes, that was a satisfactory moment. I'm a bit tired. Adams, Mr. Adams, has Mr. Mound been brought up yet?
Yes, sir. He's off. Unconscious now. The sergeant's with him.
I want to see him.
Concussion and bad shoulder wound. We did the blood about the patient's throat.
Well, here you are, Mound. Surgeon taking care of you, all right?
Yes. Thank you, sir. Quite all right. We're taking him below to sick bay in a moment.
I'm proud of all my young officers today, Mound. They're not too uncomfortable, I hope.
Did all of us get through, sir? All our ships?
That we did, Mound. What pleases me, those Danish guns raked us with all they had, but not one shell from Sweden's coast. They're not against us yet, at any rate. He's shivering at him. It's cold this afternoon. Here, put this scarf round his neck and shoulders. I don't need it.
But, sir, he's bleeding at your
Oh, come on, take it. Oh, well, then I'll do it myself. Yeah. Is that better, Mound?
Yes, sir. Wonderful. Thank you.
We hailed a fishing boat a few minutes ago, Mound. Found out the Blanche Fleur passed through the Baltic yesterday. Big French corvette with at least 20 guns. She must be just ahead of us. Well, you'll have to get well quickly, Mound. Won't want to miss the fun, will you?
Horatio Hornblower, starring Michael Redgrave, is based on the novels by C.S. Forrester. Music composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Produced by Harry Allen Towers.
Stand by the starboard battery.
One broadside into it, if you please, Captain Bush.
Pointers on target. Linstock's ready. Aye, aye, sir. Ready. Fire!
Presenting Michael Redgrave as C.S. Forrester's indomitable man of the sea, Horatio Hornblower.
They sent me to the Baltic Sea. What happened there in the next few months would change the history of the world, for better or for worse. Napoleon had overrun the continent. England alone was fighting him, and for her very life. The Baltic was our lifeline of supply. French privateers raiding our traders there must be wiped out. One of these, the Blanche Fleur, had already caused much damage, and I was resolved to track her down. She'd been reported entering the Baltic only a day or so ahead of us. Our squadron had seen no action since we'd had to shoot our way in through the straits a few days earlier. The officers and men at the Nonsuch were growing restless, but one morning there was a sudden hail from the masthead.
Hello! Sail to leeward! Commodore Hornblower, sir. A sail. Maybe the Blanche Fleur, or however you say it. That French corvette.
If it's the Blanche Fleur, we're in luck. I'll trouble you to give me the glass, if you please, Captain Bush.
Aye, aye, sir. Can you see her, sir?
Oh, it's confounded fog. Yes, I can just make out her topsails.
Is she a 20-gunner? A corvette?
She's not far off. It's hard to tell, though, in this mist. Well, whoever she is, she's coming straight for us. Yes. Call all hands and man the guns, please, Captain.
Aye, aye, sir. All hands on deck. All hands on deck! Run out the guns and stand by. Run out the guns and stand by!
She sighted us. Yes, she's tacking.
Aye, sir. She's on the port tack, bearing east by north, southeast. Trying to get away. Must be a Frenchman.
Set all sail, Captain Bush, if you please.
Aye, aye, sir. Set all sail. Loose the royals.
And alter your course 2 points to starboard, Captain. We'll intercept her.
Aye, aye, sir. 2 points to starboard. Up with the stunsails.
Yes, I can see her better now. She's no corvette. Appears to be quite unarmed. Oh, she's not our chase, I'm afraid, Captain Bush.
Then why did she tack the moment she sighted us, sir?
Any ship beating up for the Sound would have to tack here.
I suppose you're right, sir.
Oh, don't be downhearted, Bush. She looks like a merchantman. Hey, masthead!
What do you see there? Can you make out her colors?
No, sir. She's off in the port, sir.
We'll soon find out. Hold to your course, Bush, and we'll intercept her anyway.
I can see her now, sir. She's flying British colors. Oh, she's a British ship.
Excellent. Now, at least we'll get some news and information. Badly needed, too. Lay our course to pass her within hail, if you please.
Aye, sir. Starboard a point, quartermaster. Get those tonsils in again, Mr. Hurst. Aye, sir.
She's a merchantman, all right. I can see her cargo now. This looks like timber. But one can't be too careful in these waters. Better ask her for the private code, Captain.
Very good, sir. Mr. Hurst, signal her to give the merchant ship private code numerals. Aye, sir.
Now, we'll see what she replies.
Here comes her flag, officer. A, T, numeral 5-7. That's the correct reply for last winter, sir.
Well, she's loaded with cargo, so she won't have been home to receive the new code. Signal her to heave to, if you please.
Make heave to, Mr. Hurst. Aye, sir. There. She's backing her main topsail, but... Wait. What's that she's hoisting? Look, sir.
Yes, I see.
That's the yellow flag she's hoisting now, sir. The fever flag. Must have some kind of pestilence aboard her. Tom, look what she's hoisted there. The yellow flag. So it is. I'll wager she's got the pox aboard her. She's a death ship. Heaven help her.
That must be her captain there on the poop deck. Give me the trumpet.
All right. What ship are you? Maggie Jones of Liverpool. 11 days out from the port of Namble.
What's that yellow flag for?
Smallpox.
Smallpox? By the great horn, sir, we
7 cases, sir. 2 days. First case a week ago.
What's your course?
We are beating up for the Sound now.
What news from port? Are Sweden and Russia still neutral?
That's what they call themselves, sir.
Do you think Bonaparte is winning these Baltic countries round to his side?
Hard to tell, sir. We are sailing under license, but the Russian embargo still holds, and Sweden's fighting up our force against us.
What's your name, Captain?
Clark, sir.
Captain Clark, why are you sailing without convoy?
Didn't want to, but there was none available at Namble.
Don't you know these are dangerous waters for unguarded merchantmen?
I know, sir, but we had no choice. We must get back to England with our cargo. There's the needed, you know.
What about a corvette called the Blanche Fleur? Any news of her in port?
Heard a rumor she was last seen heading far down south.
Thank you, Captain. What is that noise?
That's one of the smallpox cases in the hold, sir. Delirious.
The place must be violent for us to hear his shrieks way over here.
Yes, sir, it's horrible.
You may be interested to know, sir. They say the Tsar is meeting Bernadotte of Sweden next week for a conference. Somewhere in Russia. Bad luck for Bonaparte, let's hope.
Something strange about all this. Something was not quite right. Was he trying to distract me for all that groaning and shouting could hardly be just one man? It sounded more like a chorus. And this captain... I felt a sudden stab of suspicion. He said all the right things, but wasn't he a shade too glib, a little too professional? Still, if he were telling the truth, it was a big risk, of course, and yet a man must make decisions. Captain Bush, send a boat with a boarding party over to that ship.
Sir, with smallpox aboard? We have hundreds of men crammed into close quarters here. It would sweep us like wildfire.
I appreciate your concern for the men, Bush, but do you suppose I'd risk their lives without sufficient reason?
No, sir, of course not. I merely...
I know from your face, Bush, you're still hoping I'll reconsider, aren't you? Well, I'm sorry, Captain, the order stands. Come along, I want to get another look at her from that quarter.
Aye, aye, sir. Bosun, man the whaler with a boarding party.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hoist the tackles. Lower the whaler. Hot, able beams up in the eye there.
Hear that, mate? She's got the yellow flag.
We're ordered to board her.
Hold off, mates. I ain't boarding no plague ship, not for the king himself. A good fight with knives and cutlasses is one thing, but if we board that brig, we'll come back with a box as sure as Sunday. And if one gets it, we all get it. And it ain't no pretty way to die.
Our captain wouldn't do this. It's the Commodore. It's a devil he is. Aye. Let him board the plague ship.
So say I. The box is worse than the yardarm any day. We're done for whichever way.
Belay it. Here he comes back with his blooming trumpet.
Captain Clark, stay home too.
Well, what is it?
The men, sir. A bosun tells me they're afraid. They don't want to board a ship with a yellow flag.
You're in command of this vessel, Captain Bush. It's up to you to maintain discipline. I need not remind you that the Admiralty will have a full report of this incident.
Aye, sir. Bosun, tell the men that if there's one more minute's delay in manning the boat, they will all be tried for mutiny and hanged.
They say they prefer the gallows to the crawling fox death, sir.
I'll tell them.
Wait. I'm going along with the boarding party myself. Tell the men that.
You? But, sir.
All right, Captain Clark. We're sending a boat to you. We're coming aboard. As you wish, sir. I warned you of the smallpox. Will you send the surgeon and some medicine?
This was exactly what he should have said. A sick pang of doubt shot through me. But it would have been quite impossible to turn back now. My own orders.
Man the weather. The Commodore's coming along. Look alive, sir.
The Commodore's gone with us.
I'm with him for one. How about you, Tom?
Lower away. Come on, mate. Over we go.
She'll be ready for you to board in a moment. Thank you, Connors. Would you summon Surgeon Choke, please? We'll take him along. Aye, sir.
Look, sir. Look at the captain over there on the Maggie.
He's thrown down his trumpet and he's stamping about like a crazy man.
Seems to be shouting some kind of an order.
Yes, we'll soon find out what all that racket's about.
It does seem strange, sir.
At any rate, she's had a good view now of our 74 guns. She'll hardly try to run for it.
Ahoy, lady! Pots or no pots, we're on the way. And take this word of warning. Stay hold to, or I'll sink you.
Commodore Hornblower, British Navy. Where is Captain Clark?
We wish to surrender, sir.
What's this?
We wish to surrender. We are helpless against your guns. We did not expect to meet the British Navy.
Who are you?
I speak for the French crew put aboard to take the Maggie into port.
Yes, I thought. A pirate crew. This ship is a prize.
Yes, sir. A French prize taken 2 days ago.
By what ship was she captured? By what ship? Answer me.
By the Blanche Fleur, sir. We are of the Blanche Fleur's crew.
The Blanche Fleur. Did you hear that, Connors? We're hot on her trail, finally. The Maggie's no plague ship. She's a great piece of luck. That yellow flag was hoisted to keep us from boarding her.
A clever trick, I suppose you thought, eh, sir?
I think so myself. Here, take this man prisoner and round up the others, Connors.
Aye, aye, sir. Get him, lads. Get the Frenchies.
And find this Captain Clark. I'm most curious. You up there, what have you done with Captain Clark?
Speak up.
He's on the bridge, sir.
What's that?
He shot himself, sir. The captain shot.
Oh, confound it, Connors. If one of your men did that, I'll have his head. I'll break him, court-martial him, ruin him, and have him begging bread in the gutters. Oh, that's
Oh, no, sir. Beg pardon, sir. But it wasn't any of us. He done it himself, sir. He shot himself. The gun's still smoking in his hand.
Is he dead?
No, sir. He's still alive.
Well, fetch the surgeon immediately.
The surgeon's with him now, sir. They're over there,
All
sir.
right, come on. Looks pretty bad. What's his condition, Surgeon?
He's dying, sir. Can't last long.
Want to do something for him?
Not very much, sir, I'm afraid. We're just released the English crew, sir. They were shut up in the forecastle. It was them making all that noise.
Oh, fuck me eyes! Who is Majesty's
Stop that infernal racket.
Aye, aye, sir. Here comes the real skipper of the Maggie. Captain Elsby, his name is, sir.
Oh, then Clark...
An English renegade, sir, working for the French.
Commodore Hornblower?
Captain Elsby, how do you do, sir?
Thank heaven you came. How we yelled and hoping you'd hear us. Almost blew our lungs out, sir.
Good work, Captain. We heard you.
We were afraid this Clark fellow had fooled you. He was a devilish clever imposter. We heard the shot.
I'd like to find out something more about him. Clark.
Can you hear me, Surgeon?
I don't know, sir. He is sinking fast.
Why should an Englishman betray his own country like this? Did he choose? Was he forced? Oh, we'll never know.
He is trying to speak, sir.
Bonaparte will rule the world. Long live Bonaparte.
Apparently, that is my answer.
Swine, traitor.
Quiet. I tried.
Yes, you did indeed. How is he, Surgeon?
Losing consciousness, sir, but there's still a pulse. He may linger for a while. Perhaps an hour, perhaps not.
We must hang him, sir, before he dies.
What did you say, Captain Elsby?
We can convene a court-martial, try him on the spot, and have done with it at short order. He's committed high treason, sir. He should be executed for it.
He's incapable of defending himself.
What defense could he possibly offer, sir? You have scores of witnesses against him. Myself, the English crew, the captured pirates. What more could you ask, Commodore?
A fair trial, Captain, and that will be impossible under the circumstances.
He'll slip through our fingers, sir, if you delay.
Let him.
But treason is no light matter, sir.
The Lords of the Admiralty might very well agree with you, Elsby, but I can't do it. I will not hang a man who is already so near death.
But the example to the men, sir. We must always think of that. It discourages desertion.
What sort of an example would it be to hang a dying man? If I can't hold men's loyalty without that sort of thing, I'm not fit to command them, that's certain. No, my mind is made up, Captain. I'll hear no more of it.
As you say, Commodore.
Come, Captain. Let him die in peace.
Peace? He deserves no peace.
I said we'll leave him with the surgeon, Captain Elsby. As we walked away from the dying man, it was horrible to see the look on Elsby's face. The man still lusted for revenge against that helpless, wretched Englishman. Elsby didn't know and probably would never learn that mere revenge is always stale and unprofitable. However, this was no time to compare moralities. Now, tell me more about this pirate ship, the Blanche Fleur. She's our real target.
She's a ship-rigged, flush-deck 20-gunner, what the French call a corvette, sir. She's to be reckoned.
Yes, I know. Where were you when she attacked?
Just off the island of Rügen on the Swedish coast.
The island of Rügen, eh? Yes. That would make an effective base. She could lie in wait there, then pounce on our trading ships as they come down from Finland and Russia.
The worst part of it is, sir, in order to get safely by the island, you must pass through a narrow. There's a 2-fathom shoal.
Yes, I remember that shoal from the charts. So she hemmed you in between the shoal and the land, eh?
Exactly, sir. And we were at her mercy. But what could we do against her 20 guns with all our escape cut off?
Well, you did what you could, Captain. At any rate, your shouts rescued the Maggie. The rest is up to us. The Blanche Fleur must be punished before she finds more victims in the Baltic. We set the Maggie to rights again and saw her off for home. Then we patrolled the coast, hoping for a glimpse of the Blanche Fleur. There was almost constant fog, broken by fitful intervals of chilly sunshine. I took what advantage I could of one such interval. A bath at sea is a fine thing, under a splashing pump on the wash deck, where you can stand up straight and prance around, too, if that's your fancy. Far cry from being cramped up into one of those little infernal sitting tubs on land. But Brown, my faithful coxswain, who stood by with a big towel, was shivering and looking thoroughly miserable. What's the matter with you, Brown? You look positively blue.
Oh, it's the water, sir. It's icy.
Well, you're not in it. I am.
I know, sir, but right out of the freezing Baltic. Well, I can't persuade myself it's at all helpful for you,
rubbish,
sir.
of course it is. Best tonic in the world. Freshens the blood, softens the wits. Yes, you ought to try it, Brown.
Oh, if you please, sir, I'd much rather not. Gives me the ache just to watch you, sir. Commodore Hornblower, sir.
Sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. But Captain Bush sent me.
Oh, what is it? Can't you see I'm... Oh, here, turn off this jet, will you? Turn off this jet, I say. Is everybody deaf? That's better. Well, now, what is it, Mr. Hurst? Hand me a towel, Brown. No, come on, the big one. Come on.
Oh, shall I get your robe, too, sir? This breeze...
Said my towel, didn't you hear?
Yes, sir. Oh, but really, sir, you...
All right, young man, what's your errand? Now, speak up there.
There's a sail being sighted to leeward.
What? Why the deuce didn't you say so? I'll come to the quarterdeck immediately. It might be the Blanche Fleur.
But, sir, your clothes, you can't...
Don't bother me, Brown. This is important. Give me the glass, Captain Bush.
Now, where is she? She's gone. We've lost her, I'm afraid, sir. It's misting up over there again. She's disappeared into the fog.
And this blasted fog is coming our way, too. Oh, confound the weather. Could you tell what her course was, Bush?
North by northeast to half north, sir. She may have seen us. I'm not sure.
We'll have to take a chance. Pursue her on that course, Captain.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now to wait till this scurvy fog lifts. Oh, I'll stand watch with you.
Aye, sir.
Excuse me, sir, but there's a north wind. And, well, that is, I mean to say, sir, aren't you a little cold in that towel?
What? Oh, good heavens, I've forgotten all about it. Where are my clothes, anyway? Here, Brown. Where are you, Brown? Here I am, sir. Oh, Brown, what do you mean by letting me charge off that way without a stitch of clothes on? This whole ship has gone mad. Quite mad, I tell you. We followed our chase through the increasing fog, the other ships of the squadron keeping course as best they could. The next day, about noon, the wind freshened and the mist began to clear. She was nowhere in view.
She's probably frightened us and tacked, sir. I'm afraid she's got away.
Hold to your course, Captain.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, come, don't look so dreary, Bush. This sea is not as wide as the Atlantic, you know.
Well, sir, almost 3 days without a sign. Don't you suppose...
You hear that, Bush? Let me have the glass.
Aye, aye, sir. Can you see her? What is she?
These glasses certainly aren't as good as they were once. I can't see one confounded thing.
Masthead there. What's her position? Call it.
3 points above the port beam, sir.
Ah, there she is. And she's our chase, all right. A flush-decked 20-gunner, and the French colors must be the Blanche Fleur. Set all sail, Captain, at once.
She's sighted us now, sir. No doubt about it. She's making off under full speed.
And if I'm not mistaken, she's heading straight for those narrows off Rugen Island. Good.
Why, that's exactly where she trapped the Maggie, isn't it?
Yes.
Then why is the Blanche Fleur allowing herself
Those
to...
are neutral Swedish waters, Bush. The Blanche Fleur knows that we know that. She's counting on our fear of offending Sweden's neutrality. It's not unclever of her, I'll admit.
Cowardly trick. Look at her in there, almost leering at us. What can we do, sir? We can't
Well, you'll keep the Nonsuch here this side of the channel. We'll post the Lotus at the other end. The Blanche Fleur's bottled herself up. We better make the most of it.
Then you intend...
I think I'll go aboard one of the bomb ketches. Why not the Moth? She's got a good range. She's easy to maneuver. Besides, her Captain Duncan's just a youngster. About time he saw some action, don't you think?
You're going to throw bombs, sir? But Sweden. Our orders were to maintain Sweden's friendliness, if possible.
If possible. I know. But who can have their cake and eat it, too, eh?
Oh, I only meant. You told me yourself, sir. Our greatest hope is to bring Sweden and the Russians in as allies.
Bush, I wish you'd stop sounding like the voice of my conscience. I wonder if... No, it can't be helped. We can't hold off. Sweden wants the best of both worlds, to make both France and England happy. But No, Bush, our first concern must be the Blanche Fleur and her finish.
I hope you're right, sir.
I hope I'm right, too, Bush. I'd better be. If I'm not, the Admiralty will have my hide. Captain Duncan, just because your Commodore's aboard the Moth, you needn't change your habits, man. For heaven's sake, relax. Put your hands in your pockets if you must and leave off fidgeting.
Thank you, sir. How much longer do you think we'll have to wait?
I know you're eager for action, Duncan, but do have a little patience. Your mortars are quite accurate, I suppose?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And I cut the fuses myself, sir. If you'll excuse me, sir, I'll go forward.
We're in range now. Yes, I'll go with you. There she is, riding at anchor over there, feeling snug and smug and sound, eh, Duncan? Right where she's pounced on other prey besides. Poetic justice.
Weather's still a little sticky, sir. I'll cut the fuses 1 and 11/16.
How do you figure that?
I found during practice maneuvers that the fuse burns at different speeds according to the weather. This seems about right for today. We wouldn't want the shell to burst in air.
Quite so. This must be a surprise. Well, proceed when ready, Duncan.
Aye, sir. 1,100 yards. We'll try 1 3/4 of powder, Mr. Johns.
Aye, sir. 1 3/4.
Now the linstock.
Yes, sir.
To the fuse. Let it catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's caught, sir.
Ready? Fire! There, sir. You can see the shell rising over the masthead. Oh, it's not a hit. The shell burst in the air. My fuses are at fault.
Not necessarily. Try a little more powder.
We'll try 2 more pinches of powder this time, Mr. Johns.
Aye, sir.
Now, ready? Fire! I think hit her, sir.
Wait till the smoke clears. Then we can... Yes. A square hit on her bow. Our men are taking to the boats. Another shell into our fire.
Aye, aye, sir. Jump to it, men. Both mortars together. Be lively.
It wasn't long before the Blanche Fleur lay a smoking, helpless wreck. Her raiding days were over. I must say, though, I found myself feeling a little chilled and empty. This had been a brutal business. We had destroyed a ship which had no chance of firing back effectively. Oh, of course. It would read well in my report, and brother officers would tell each other in the clubs of Hornblower's newest success. Then, why this feeling of inglorious dissatisfaction? But naturally, I couldn't speak of this to anyone, especially since that very night aboard my flagship we celebrated. And now, gentlemen, I would like to give you all a toast to a young officer whose careful attention to duty and whose marked professional ability resulted in the destruction of the enemy. Captain Duncan of the Moth. Well, aren't you going to reply, Mr. Duncan?
It wasn't I at all. It was the Commodore who... Well, after all, I mean...
Captain Duncan, if you wish to advance in His Majesty's Navy, never try to offset commendation when it's due. I suggest you might show off your vocal powers to greater advantage by favoring us with one of your songs. Oh, yes, I've heard about them, never fear.
Oh, well, come on. Why, thank you, sir. Well, then, let me see. Come on.
She was a prize. She was a prize. The lovely lass with the sea green eyes. The lovely lass with the sea green eyes. So tall and fair. So tall and fair. The lovely lass with the golden hair. The lovely lass with golden hair. I expect each man there was thinking of someone left behind at home. I know I was. I thought of Barbara.
Horatio Hornblower, starring Michael Redgrave, is based on the novels by C.S. Forrester. Music composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Produced by Harry Allen Towers.
Call all hands. Beat to quarters. Run out the guns. Stand by the starboard battery.
One broadside into it, if you please, Captain Bush.
Pointers on target. Linstops ready. Aye, aye, sir. Ready. Fire up.
Presenting Michael Redgrave as C.S. Forrester's indomitable man of the sea, Horatio Hornblower.
strange how hard life can be while at sea, and yet how much a man can approve of it, even welcome it. Only several months ago, I'd been a country squire, Sir Horatio Hornblower, in residence with my lovely wife, Lady Barbara. Wearing fashionable clothes, sitting down each mealtime to choice foods, and yet, though my conscience troubles me in saying it, I'd left it all with no trace of regret. And once aboard the Nonsuch, a commodore now, in command of a squadron of 6 vessels, I felt really alive. Not until Brown, my orderly, reminded me that evening off Bornholm, did I realize I hadn't so much as touched the delicacies that Lady Barbara had so thoughtfully provided when we sailed.
There's cheese, sir, and there's wine, and there's butter in crocks. Her ladyship made a special point that the butter would turn rancid unless it was used, sir.
What time for supper already, Brown?
4 bells, sir. And Captain Bush is dining with you as usual.
Mm-hmm.
I should think a bit of cheese instead of ship's biscuit and salt beef would be a welcome change.
There's nothing wrong with biscuits and beef, Brown. Good Navy fare, both of them.
Oh, yes, sir. But begging your pardon, sir,
A signal from the Raven, sir.
The Raven? What is it?
She sighted a Swedish vessel that wants to speak with the Commodore.
I see. Must have someone of importance aboard. Right, I'll come on deck. Ask Captain Bush if he'll be kind enough to join me.
Aye, aye, sir.
Sir?
What, Brown? Oh, what we shall have for supper? Oh, suit yourself, Brown. Suit yourself. Poor Brown. No sooner had I snapped at him than I regretted being so brusque. Yet how could I bother with food with my mind full of so many concerns? We'd been a month already in the Baltic, with express orders from the Admiralty to make it as uncomfortable as possible for Bonaparte. A show of British strength was needed, definitely. Russia was neutral, but with all Europe in Boney's grasp, Russia's help was desperately important. And what strength had we shown? A few small engagements. It would take more than that to bring the Tsar to side with us against Napoleon. As I stood on the quarterdeck beside Captain Bush, waiting for the Swedish vessel to come alongside, I came near to telling him my doubts and worries. I decided against it, at least for now.
There's 2 of them coming aboard, sir. Quarter glimpse of that first one. I'd say a Swede.
I hope he brings some news, whoever he is. How long has it been since we've had any, Bush?
I'd say weeks, sir.
So should I. For all we know, Bonaparte may have already attacked Russia. Or Russia may have given up without a struggle.
Yes, sir. Sir, the second one aboard. If that isn't a British uniform, I'm a starfish.
It is, a guard's uniform. A colonel, Bush. A colonel of the guards here in the middle of the Baltic. Ah, well, at least he knows enough of ceremonial to make sure he salutes our quarterdeck.
Good evening, sir. You are Captain Sir Horatio Hornblower?
Yes, Commodore commanding this squadron.
I'm Colonel Lord Wychwood. I've dispatched you from our ambassador at Stockholm, sir, and I've also several of the latest newspapers.
Newspapers? Oh, good. We've been quite short on news, of course.
Yes, I'm sure you have. Have you made the acquaintance of Baron Basse?
Honored.
He's a representative of Sweden. He also has some messages.
Well, gentlemen, forgive me. Perhaps the best place for this discussion would be in my cabin. Captain Bush and I were just about to dine. If you'd be good enough to join us.
Well,
Our table can still boast a few small delicacies. There's cheese, Stilton, I believe, and, O'Brien.
Yes, sir. But there's cheddar also, and there's smoked mutton ham and jam, sir.
Well, break it out at once, Brown. Lord Wychwood, I notice that these newspapers are in German and Polish.
Quite so.
You can translate?
Aye. Barbarous tongues like that, sir. English good enough for me, sir.
And you, Baron?
Beg pardon. German I can to some extent, but the Polish, no.
Oh, well, we'll manage, Baron. Bush, will you pass the word to my clerk, Sorger, to come to my cabin at 6 bells? He's a Finn, but he's told me that he speaks all the Baltic languages.
This one is the Königsberger Hartentsche Zeitung, Sir Horatio, published under French censorship, of course. It reports on a meeting at Dresden. Bonaparte is there.
At Dresden?
Yes, Baron.
Oh, go ahead, Sorger, go ahead.
There are 9 army corps. At Dresden, at Warsaw, at Danzig.
All aimed at Russia, it appears, Hornblower. How many men would you say that meant altogether?
Well, you'll be able to calculate that better than I, Colonel.
Oh, yes, army men, of course. Oh, but I'd say it might come to $500,000.
Well, here is something, Sir Horatio. The Warsaw Gazette has a long article about Russia.
Well, read it, soldier, read it.
It calls Alexander the barbarian ruler of a barbarian people.
Thank you, soldier. Yes, I think that will do for now.
Yes, sir. Good night, gentlemen.
A strange one, that one, Commodore. He has hate in his eyes.
Possibly, Baron Basser. However, it grows late, and if you and Colonel Witchwood intend going back ashore, we'd best...
Commodore Hornblower, I don't think we are going ashore.
What's that?
To put it another way, Baron Basser and I wish to stay on board the Nonsuch.
This is a ship of war, Colonel. I'm afraid I must...
Quite so. Allow me to present this dispatch, sir. You will notice it's from His Britannic Majesty's ambassador to the court of Stockholm.
Let's see. Bonaparte has invaded Swedish Pomerania. Now, this is news. Baron Bassi, is Sweden then no longer neutral?
There has been no formal declaration of war.
Yes,
sir.
but you have been invaded. I understand, yes. Much still depends on Russia, is that it?
Everything depends on Russia. We scarcely could move alone.
Well, Baron, that's one reason we are here, to prove to you that you are not alone.
The balance of the dispatch explains more fully, Sir Horatio.
Yes, thank you. I am directed and required to enable Lord Witchwood to open communication with the Russian government so as to assure His Imperial Majesty the Tsar of the full support by land and sea of British forces in the event of war between Russia and France. I am further directed to make use of any opportunity that may present itself to further better relations with the Russians.
Better relations? What's that mean, sir?
Diplomatic language, Bush. It means bring young Tsar Alexander into our camp as an ally.
Exactly. And by whatever means.
It had better be soon. 600,000 of Napoleon's troops massed on our borders. A show of strength that Sweden cannot match.
We've got our own strength, Baron.
Strength, Captain Bush? 6 British ships.
No. Don't look down your nose at him, Basser. Besides, Alexander's a curious fellow. Has a mind of his own, highly emotional. Never know what might influence him one way or the other. Might be anything. Oh, no disrespect to His Great Eminence, of course. Well, Commodore?
Colonel Witchwood, this dispatch employs the words directed and required.
Yes?
May I point out that the wording should have been request and advise. An ambassador cannot give orders to a naval officer.
Well, I say now...
Furthermore, my orders from the Admiralty said nothing about taking part in politics.
Politics, sir? Important politics?
Sir, what could be more important than to convert Alexander to your cause?
I am a naval officer, not a politician. Still...
Sir, if I may point out something to you...
Yes, no need to point it out, Bush. I know what you're going to say. The very presence of a British squadron well to eastward in the Baltic could have a sizable effect on Alexander.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, I offer you the hospitality of my ship. Captain Bush, will you give orders to alter our course, if you please? Our destination is the Russian port of Kronstadt. We had arrived in Kronstadt harbor. Not all night long, we lay under the guns of Russian fortresses. I tried to show much more assurance about this whole queer project than I felt. But at least the Russians had returned our entering salute. The following morning, we had only one visitor, the harbor doctor, to give us pratique. I accompanied him to the sick bay and between decks.
No sickness, no plague, no pestilence?
None.
Yes, I have seen for myself. Only the wounded man. His name?
Lieutenant Mount.
Yes, he does very well. After you, sir.
Later that morning, the wind began to flaw. It was very light, changing first from one quarter to another. I had requested Witchwood and the Baron and Bush and one or two of my senior officers to meet me in my cabin. There was much to decide. And one of them, I think it was Lieutenant Adams, gave voice to what we all had on our minds.
Changeable, sir. That's what these Russians are. Just like the wind.
Exactly why we're here, Mr. Adams. We can do nothing about the weather. We must do something about the Russians.
When does His Majesty arrive on board, exactly?
Incognito, Baron. Remember, incognito. The Comte de North.
His party will arrive at 7 bells.
Sir, we'll be taking on water and firewood then.
Yes, so we will, Bush.
I can give orders to have it put off till tomorrow.
You will have to serve an elaborate luncheon, Sir Horatio.
What, in mid-afternoon?
Oh, absolute. With Russians, there must always be something to eat.
The Baron's right, Hornblower. It's their custom always.
Oh, very well. We'll offer him something to eat. Why not?
Oh, pity that butter of yours has turned rancid. You know what I'd suggest, Hornblower? Send a party ashore, dig up some of that caviar stuff. And sturgeon, or whatever it is, fish. These Ruskies positively dote on fish.
Colonel, this is a British ship.
But my dear fellow, what's that got to do with it? When in Rome, well, you know the rest of that one.
Yes, you must make a considerable impression.
Politic, my dear Hornblower. It would be most politic.
Shall I put off the water and firewood, sir? No, Bush.
No.
But how can we take in water and be in a fit state for the Tsar to come aboard, sir? Unless we water the flotilla first?
From what I've heard of the Tsar, he's a man of sense. We'll show him the hands at work, that's all. Ship's routine.
At work? But, Commodore...
Yes, in every quarter of the ship, exactly, Colonel. Between decks, in the rigging, in the sick bay. And as for food, we'll give him what we always have. Ship's biscuit, pea soup, boiled beef.
Oh, my dear fellow, but Hornblower, I do believe you must be mad. Offend the Tsar in that manner, and he'll go over to Bonaparte quick as a wink. I beg of you, sir.
Ship's biscuit, pea soup, and boiled beef, Lord Wychwood. Now, you've all been recommending that we put on unnatural airs. I don't believe in that kind of dissembling. He wants to see a British ship of war, does he? Very well, then. He shall.
Good afternoon, Commodore Hornblower. Permit me to present the Count Junot.
Good afternoon, Commodore. I hope our little visit does not discommode you greatly.
Not in any way to compare to the honor done to the ship, sir. May I present Colonel Lord Wychwood?
Honored, Your sir.
Baron Bassett?
Honored, sir.
Captain Bush, master of the Nonsuch.
Your servant, sir.
Captain Bush, will you give orders to prepare the ship for taking on water and firewood? Monsieur le Comte, if you'd care to see more of the ship.
I would indeed.
The gun deck, sir. Watch your head, sir. There's very little clearance for a man of your height. So, I observe. We've opened the gun ports to give you a demonstration, sir. Mr. Carlin, if you please.
Aye, sir. Battle stations! Held to the back!
You'll notice the guns are loaded blank. Cannonballs are precious, not easy to come by when long at sea, sir.
I think blank will suffice.
Out truncheons! Starboard battery! Fire!
Interesting. Most interesting.
The midshipman's berth, Monsieur le Comte.
This tiny space?
Yes, sir.
Commodore, you were once a midshipman yourself?
For 4 years, sir. In the British Navy, everyone starts at the bottom.
4 years? You lived 4 years in a berth like this?
Well, not quite as comfortable as this, sir. I was in a frigate. This is a battleship. It's not as crowded.
Yeah, I suppose it is necessary. How long have you served?
I've been in the Navy 19 years, sir.
How long at your present rank?
As Commodore, only 2 months. 9 years before that as captain, 6 years lieutenant, and 4 years as a midshipman.
19 years. And yet you seem none the worse for it.
Sir, they've been the happiest days of my life. Monsieur le Comte, it grows late. May I suggest luncheon? Now that we were seated in my cabin around the table, a wave of doubt swept over me. Real doubt. And then I was certain that what I'd done was utterly wrong. I cursed myself for a headstrong fool. What did an imperial monarch care about life on board a man of war? All he said was incredible, amazing. And then Lieutenant Adams reached for a ship's biscuit. He wrapped it on the table, and I wished with all my soul that I were dead.
Why do you do that, sir?
Well, I was just,
Pray continue, Mr. Adams. We do that, sir, to get rid of the weevils.
The weevils?
Insect family, sir. He's knocking them out.
Yes, that's right, sir. If you tap gently, they come out of their own accord. Well, this way. Do you see, sir?
Yes, I see. Captain Bush, will you pass Monsieur Leconte the biscuit tray?
No, thank you. I think not, thank you.
Brown, will you serve the soup?
Yes, sir.
Pea soup, Monsieur Leconte. In the British Navy, pea soup is a tradition.
Pea soup? Why, this is extremely good soup. Yes, extremely. I commend it to Your Excellency.
Well, I... Come, Brown, serve us all. His Excellency the Minister, Baron Bassey.
I'm hungry as a bear.
Rum is very good. Quite strong, however.
Yes, British rum, Your Excellency. The lifeblood of the Navy. Sir, does Bonaparte need a reason for invasion? He's a tyrant. Tyrants make up any excuse or none at all. Now he controls the entire Baltic coast as far as the frontiers of his Imperial Majesty's domain. And now that...
Pray continue.
Well, I know little of politics, sir.
What little you know seems to be most important. Bonaparte has threatened Russia. There are great decisions to be made. I understand that the Prince Bernadotte is meeting with the Tsar at Peterhof. At any moment.
Yes, I've heard that too. Sir, Bonaparte's threats are always serious. His methods are always the same. A demand and then another demand. A concession and then another concession. And finally, when the last concession has made his foe too weak by then to resist fully, he marches in and makes an easy conquest. He wishes every nation in bondage to him.
You are very eloquent, Commodore.
I speak from the heart, sir. I speak for Lord Wychwood and Captain Bush and Lieutenant Adams and Lieutenant Carlin. I speak for every British soul who's fought against this monstrous power.
And to what effect have you fought?
Britain is still free. Yeah. Britain is striking back. Portugal is free at last. Sicily, too, thanks to England. There is only one way left for Bonaparte to turn. We've closed him in on the south and the west and the north. And all that is left to him is the east. Imperial Russia. You hear, sir? The hour strikes. Gentlemen, may I propose a toast? To the Emperor of all the Russians. Vive l'Empereur! Vive l'Empereur!
Gentlemen, another toast. The King of Great Britain.
King.
If you please. Pray, my dear Colonel. Will you refill the glasses? Gentlemen, I give you Commodore Horatio Hornblower and the British Royal Navy. May they join with Mother Russia to defeat the French tyrant.
Join with... Oh, sir, to that we all drink. Oh, yes, sir, most heartily.
Horatio Hornblower, starring Michael Redgrave, is based on the novels by C.S. Forrester. Music composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Produced by Harry Allen Towers.
Quarters. Run out the guns. Stand by the starboard battery.
One broadside into it, if you please, Captain Bush.
Pointers on target. Linstock's ready.
Aye, sir. Ready.
Fire!
Presenting Michael Redgrave as C.S. Forrester's indomitable man of the sea, Horatio Hornblower.
Sailing brazenly into a Russian port had been a gamble. Yet my orders from the Admiralty had stated two objectives. Impress the Russians and the Swedes with Britain's naval strength and ingenuity, and at the same time, bring them into the war on our side, if you can. Orders which might, of course, prove somewhat contradictory on occasion. Still, once we'd entered Kronstadt harbor, the Tsar himself had come aboard incognito. Even though he hadn't once admitted his identity, I'd hoped he'd been impressed with the fine show we'd staged for him. My old comrade, Captain Bush, was still puzzling about all this the next morning on our quarterdeck.
Sir, was it actually the Tsar himself? Are you quite sure?
Why, yes, of course I'm sure.
But all that talk about the Comte du Nord, they themselves call the visitor that, sir.
And he's merely a name he uses when he's traveling. Oh, Bush, what an old skeptic you've become. I say, look shoreward, Bush. That smart little lugger with the insignia. Now, perhaps our answer's on the way. Mr. Hurst? Sail bearing quarters from the shore.
Aye, sir, I noticed.
Well, let me know the moment she's alongside, Mr. Hurst. If she carries a messenger, make him welcome.
Aye, sir. See you with the bomb, sir.
Your clerk seems interested, too, sir. Over there, at the starboard rail. He's just come from below.
Oh, Sorga, you mean? He's a peculiar fellow, there. Did you know he was a Finn? He calls himself a man without a country now because of what the Russians did to Finland.
Do you like him, sir?
What do you mean? Oh, you don't, huh?
Well, sir,
He's a bit shifty. You're right. It amuses me, the Admiralty posting him to help me win the Russians over. Oh, well. Well, at least he speaks all these weird Baltic tongues. Yes, Mr. Hurst?
Lugger alongside, sir. Hussar officer aboard, bringing you this letter, sir. You wait for your answer.
Thank you, Mr. Hurst. Give him a drink of rum or something.
Aye, sir.
What did I tell you, Bush? Look at that coat of arms, will you? Imperial Palace of Peterhof. Oh, yes, in French. I am bidden to dine with His Imperial Majesty and His Royal Highness the Prince of Sweden this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Oh. Accompanied by my staff. The officer who conveys this letter will serve as guide. Mr. Mind. Oh, tell me, would you care to dine with the Tsar this afternoon?
What, sir?
His Imperial Majesty, the Tsar of all the Russia is mine. At Peterhof, his palace on the Iranian-bound shore over there, at 4 o'clock.
Sir, naturally I'd... But I'm a mere lieutenant, sir.
Now, I think you need a little change. You still look a bit seedy. This preposterous Oriental document mentions a staff. Well, we must create one, since Captain Bush will stay here with the squadron. Now, who do you suggest besides yourself?
Well, sir, I'm deeply honored and excited. You will need Mr. Sorga, I expect.
Sorga?
The clerk, sir. Wasn't he posted as your interpreter?
Yes, he was. Just why they saddled me with that glum fellow. Oh, yes, we must have him along, of course. Then Hurst must go as first lieutenant, protocol, and one midshipman. Which one, Mount?
Summers is the brightest, if I may say so.
Well, the fat one? Well, very good. Summers it is. Well, please pass the word to him as you return to change your clothes. Dress uniforms, of course. We must be off in, half an hour.
I shall be ready, sir. Thank you, sir.
Peterhoff Palace definitely was not near the water. We docked amid saluting grenadiers in monstrous bearskins, and then were ushered into carriages in which we drove for what seemed miles and miles, past parks and terraced lawns and marble fountains. I couldn't help thinking how much my dear wife Barbara would enjoy all this. And at every turn there were sentries on guard, stiffly presenting arms as we whirled by.
Oh, there now at last. The Peterhoff. Just round the next curve, you see.
Richwood's casual remark about assassination had turned my thoughts uneasily back to Sorga and that pistol. I remembered the man's brooding hatred of Russia, his bitter sense of oppression. And suddenly, great heavens, why hadn't it occurred to me before? Could it be... Could he intend it? Here I grew cold. As we drew up before the palace and were met by swarms of liveried footmen, I contrived to have a word alone with Mound, who, with Sorga and the others, had occupied another carriage. Of all my company, I felt Mound was the most reliable. So you see what I mean, eh, Mound?
I do see, sir. Of course. Quite shocking, sir.
Member of my own ship's company, my own clerk. So it's inconceivable, isn't it? Oh, well, perhaps I'm imagining the whole thing.
I hope so, sir.
Well, help me keep an eye on him. It looks as if there'll be a crush of people. Now, watch out. Here he comes now. Who's this with him, with all the gold lace?
Please, you have the kindness to accompany me, Sir Hornblower.
I trust that I see you in good health, Sir Commodore Hornblower.
Thank you. I'm in the best of health, Your Excellency.
And your squadron, which I had the pleasure of visiting but yesterday, in company with the Comte Junot.
My squadron's in the best of health, too, Excellency.
Yesterday, aboard your flagship, we discussed very briefly this man Bonaparte, his policies.
Yes?
It was, I believe, your opinion that his troops might constitute a real threat to Russia.
Might, sir? I fear it's less conditional than that. Bonaparte overran Swedish Pomerania the other day. Sent 50,000 troops in the moment he got news of our appearance in the Baltic.
Yes. Prince Bernadotte of Sweden is here even now. This evening he'll be conferring with His Imperial Majesty.
Yes, I had heard so. Now, sir, Bonaparte now controls the entire Baltic coast, right to the Russian frontiers. That would be most convenient to him in one particular event, in the event of his deciding to attack you.
Perhaps you are right. And yet, you know, we've had a treaty with him.
Oh, Bonaparte respects no treaties, Excellency. And now he's taken Pomerania, there's no base for an attack on his rear. He can march an army against St. Petersburg with no fear of it being cut off anywhere.
Perhaps. There are so many considerations, pro and con. But for us, it promises to be a very difficult decision.
Then what Your Excellency is saying to me is that...
Commodore, I am merely advising patience. Since there is no decision yet by those responsible for higher policies, I did not wish you to draw premature conclusions, nor to be over-hasty in communicating with your government. That was why I asked to see you privately. We must not seek to hasten the slow steps of history. And now, if I detain you longer, you'll be late for the imperial reception. There are lovely ladies waiting to meet you. They will soon erase that troubled frown of yours, I am certain. Countess, your dinner partner, sir. It's all arranged. Most charming lady. The Countess Kanyerin. Countess, may I present Commodore Sir Horatio Hornblower of His Britannic Majesty's Royal Navy.
It is the greatest of pleasures, sir.
Delighted.
As a distinguished stranger, Commodore, you will take precedence immediately after the Persian ambassador, His Excellency Gorza Khan. And now, if you'll excuse me, there are other guests I have to welcome at this reception.
Observe closely, my friend, and you will see the Prince of Sweden enter with His Imperial Majesty, our Tsar.
Then suddenly I did see Sorga. He stood quite unobtrusively at one end of the gallery beside a pillar. But there was something in his attitude, fierce inner intensity that froze my blood. Alexander had conquered Finland. Prince Bernadotte had condoned the act, and there stood Sorga, hating both of them. I turned abruptly from the Countess and found the gallery stairs. I had to push my way through a dense crowd. Where was Mound? I might need help.
Oh, there you are, sir. Well, nothing's gone amiss, sir. I've kept you in sight pretty steadily.
Don't be a fool, Mound. Look at him now. Come, follow me. Hurry. I felt an agony of suspense now. It was almost impossible to move through the packed onlookers, all standing there gaping at the celebrities below. Excuse me. Your pardon, madam. I'm sorry, madam, please. Your pardon, sir. Come on, hurry. There stood Sorga by his pillar, so absorbed he didn't even notice our approach. His hand went to his waistband beneath his coat. He was drawing my pistol. Shall I shoot, sir? No. Can't cause a commotion. There's just one way, one silent way. My sword. Stand back. I whipped my sword out of its scabbard. I couldn't afford to miss my mark at the first stroke. Slashed quickly at the wrist that held the pistol. With tendon severed, the man's fingers opened nervelessly. The gun fell heavily to the carpet, and Sorga turned in open-mouthed surprise, staring first at the spurting blood, then at me, venomously. All right, Sorga, that does it. Make one more move and you'll feel the blade somewhere else. Observe, it's pointed at your heart. Well, have you anything to say, Sorga?
No, Commodore. I have nothing to say.
Now, take the pistol, man. Look after him. Tie that wrist up. Get him out somehow. Nobody's noticed yet. They're all much too absorbed in their precious royalties down there.
I'll find Summers and Hurst. I expect we can stow him somewhere.
Good lad. Sorry, but I've got to get back down below. Act the untroubled emissary from old England.
Don't worry, sir. I'll see he causes no more trouble if I have to sit on his thick head all the afternoon.
Welcome back, Sir Commodore.
I'm extremely sorry, Countess. I had no intention
Such a great haste you showed in leaving me, monsieur. I couldn't help but think I had offended you.
Oh, no, nothing like that. You see, well...
Oh, never mind. I have forgiven you already. And please do not look so austere. But see, here come the royal party. They make the tour of the great company, speaking a word to each. The Grand Marshal will soon present you to His Imperial Majesty.
I've already met... No, my mistake. I wonder, is the Comte du Nord not to be here too this afternoon?
The Comte du Nord? I do not know him.
Your Imperial Majesty, this is Commodore Sir Horatio Hornblower.
Your Imperial Majesty?
His Royal Highness, the Prince of Sweden.
Your Royal Highness?
Imperial Majesty, Your Royal Highness.
It is a privilege to meet Commodore Hornblower, of whom I have heard so much. Indeed, we have all heard of his exploits.
Oh, Your Majesty is much too kind.
We appreciate your dining here with us today, Commodore.
Struck me as odd, everyone standing up to dine. But then one shouldn't question others' customs. The long tables literally groaned with food of all descriptions. Though it was quite odd, too. Perhaps I appeared a trifle mystified, especially when some grey, unappetizing-looking stuff was handed us by a footman. So the Countess came to my rescue.
That is caviar. Try. You will approve, I think.
And what's this in the glass? It looks like water.
No. It is not water, you'll discover. Vodka, Commodore. Vodka, the drink of the people.
That's very, very interesting. And this other stuff, this caviar. Delicious. It's truly delicious. You know, it seems a bit unusual to a stranger to eat standing up, but you know, this is one of the jolliest parties I ever attended, Countess. Laughter, bright lights, beautiful women, music. Oh, you know, I'm feeling quite exhilarated. And that innocuous-looking transparent stuff, what did you call it?
Vodka, Commodore.
Yes, everyone here seems to toss it down in quantity, most casually, I must say. Yes, I've been some time at sea, you know. It's a different kind of life, and then all this sort of thing. Well, you know, a bit harsh compared with this.
I'm sure.
Well, I think I'll have some more of that salad and some cheese. It's extremely good. Thank you.
Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served.
Oh, by all the... How many courses, Countess?
Don't be concerned. At least you've now discovered you like Russian preliminaries. I shall gladly advise you on which courses to neglect.
Ah, you have a kind heart, madame.
Oh, yes. Do pictures interest Monsieur very much?
Pictures?
Yes. Painting.
Oh, yes, certainly.
The picture gallery of this palace is considered very fine. This evening after dinner, I could show it to you. Unless, of course, you would prefer to join the card players.
Oh, no, I'd much prefer to see pictures, Countess.
Well, after the royal party has withdrawn, if you are by the door on the far side, I shall show you the way.
That would be delightful, madame.
My husband, the Count, used to be quite interested in pictures. I married him as a mere child. But after all, he is now quite elderly. He has lost interest in them, I'm afraid.
Just as we rose and left the dining hall, man slipped up to outside the doors.
I thought you'd want to know, sir. We had him in a side room up aloft.
Yes, good. Knew I could trust you, mind.
He fainted with the loss of blood. We had to use a tourniquet, half of my shirt. Summers and Hurst are guarding him.
Anyone find out about it, man?
No, sir. Nobody saw us go.
Good.
I poured some liquor on his coat, and from the smell of him, anyone will think he's drunk. We'll smuggle him out somehow. But, sir, the sooner we get him away, the better, sir.
Yes, you're right. Except that, no, I don't think we can hurry off at once. No, hold the fort, man. We'll have to stay here another hour at least. Courtesy demands it.
But, sir, I thought, just as you say.
Here you are, Commodore. I've waited, as you see.
I said you had a kind heart, Countess Canieri.
The Italian pictures of the Cinquecento are in the farthest gallery. But perhaps you'd care to see the more modern ones first. Their gallery isn't quite so well lighted.
Unfortunately, it's just come to me that, well, I must return to my ship with the others. Yes, I'm afraid in times like these, so many duties weighing heavily.
Indeed? And it is not only now that you remember them?
Well, I must. Thank you so very much for your great kindness to an awkward guest, and also for your friendliness. For me today, the Russians are the most delightful people in the world, but I must be getting back aboard my ship. Dearest Barbara, dearest wife, I've only just returned from a rather extraordinary day at the Tsar's court. You would have been amused, I think, to see me determined to uphold the dignity of Britain amid all that gold lace and pomp and circumstance. A most amazing people, these Russians. Highly ambiguous as to their intentions in this war, yet going some lengths today to show me friendliness and sympathy. Oh, yes, there was a rather attractive little countess. I forget her exact name, who for a time made herself especially amiable in showing courtesy to us strangers. None of them here, however, can begin to compare with our English women, either in appearance or deportment. Just when we shall move out of Kronstadt Harbor, I'm not quite sure yet. I miss you so very much tonight. I send you all my love. Remember that. Your most obedient husband, Horatio.
Horatio Hornblower, starring Michael Redgrave, is based on the novels by C.S. Forrester. Music composed and conducted by Sidney Torch. Produced by Harry Allen Towers.